Morning traders. Apologize for the late start. What we were doing this morning was just testing out the vertical stream. We finally got that up and running. So if you're watching this live or if it's recorded, I'm going to be editing up to this point. Yeah, so we got the vertical stream up now. We got the horizontal stream, so we're good. Mind if we pause that bit? Or should I just reduce the volume? Okay, so yeah, today is Friday, May 15th, currently 8:55 a.m. Los Angeles time, 11:55 New York. We're about 5 minutes to New York lunchtime. Very quickly, the market is bleeding. And a lot of it was because all these Fibonacci extension sell zones were hit either Wednesday or Thursday. A lot of this sell-off too was based on some news with China. So it's more of what happened today was more of a buy the rumor, sell the news event, right? So a lot of that news was building up towards that meet with Trump and many other CEOs, including Elon, to meet with President Xi. And today is a sell-off day, profit-taking day for the week. So once all those targets have been hit for the week, and the news has been delivered about the outcome, and now we're doing some price taking, what's it called? Target taking today, right? And profit taking. It's a payday Friday for everyone. So earlier this past weekend, I did come out with a TikTok short and a YouTube short preparing the levels for the week. So just very quick recap. We knew that these were the Friday. This was the Friday expiration based on Friday's close of last week. So we determined Monday's expiration range. And as you can see, if you followed the live stream, that we did explain about this already, that this was an opportunity to go long. For Tuesday, this was a 618 pullback of Monday's price action, and we took a trade as well there. Wednesday, we see the option expiration range, 409 to 447. We cleared through that, kind of used that as support for half of the day. And then from yesterday's stream, we did recommend a trade idea to go long here and to sell into the Fibonacci extension, which also had a volume order block at the time. So those were the trades for the week. And obviously right now, because of that news event that just happened, that we are getting a sell-off. We knew coming into the week with Tesla, based on this Fibonacci extension sell zone, obviously it's a huge, big area, and this is based on last week's previous swing low, swing high Fibonacci extension. Maybe I could quickly draw that. Do that right here. Change my pivots to weekly so I can see it. Turn off. Use all that, but basically, if we get last week's price action, yeah, let me draw that right here. From that swing high to this swing low. No, that's Friday. There it is. Okay. So we knew coming into the week that this was going to be a huge sell zone for Tesla. We hit the Fibonacci extensions, 125, the 1414, 450, but we knew 450 was going to be a strong sell level into this area. Only because it's a strong psychological number. And I believe if we look at a previous volume profile that we did hit, I believe a point of control or value area from previous period. I'm sure we did, but won't bring that up just now. A lot of stuff going on here. Actually, let me do that. Let me just remove the drawings. Go to daily. Yeah. So we hit a point of control of 435 and also a value area high of 448.34. So those were potential profit taking areas. If you can see the point of control from October of 2025, it was at 445. So we knew that Tesla was going to be hitting this sell zone for those price targets. Excuse me. For those price targets. And then we already seen this bullish action coming into the week. So we knew that at some point the bulls were going to start taking profits. Okay. And then turn the drawings back on. So currently we are getting, of course, a sell off. We had price hold this 50 EMA yesterday. And then if we turn on the pre-market, we already had a gap down. We saw this at 1 a.m. today. And if I draw some quick fibs, we're going to see that this was a Fibonacci extension sell zone of some sorts. We'll do swing high, swing low. Yeah. Chef's kiss, Fibonacci extension right there. Right. So let's just remove those pre-market fibs. And of course, if you take a look to the left, whether or not you had done your pre-market work, if you look left, this was already an area to buy. This was previous support, which was the 618 swing of the Monday high and low. And if you're on the 15-minute chart, that is a 200 EMA right over here. It's currently right below it. I turn the volume profiles back on for the week. Actually, for the day, you're going to see how that came into play. Yeah. So from last Friday's price action, this was the point of control at 428.32. Tuesday's price action point of control was at 427. So we had a cluster of support and volume in this region, and we currently find price action in this area. And current price is 425.76. So we're in the Fibonacci extension sell zone of the pre-market levels. We're near the 200 EMA. We're near value area low of Tuesday's price action. And when we're going to try to look for some potential reversal, if we look at the RSI, it's getting ready to curl up. Currently in the lunch hour. So volume has basically dried up, and we're going to see how the big players, smart money, are going to try to play this for any open positions right now. If they want to continue lower or reverse to maybe the VWAP. VWAP is currently at 427.23, and we have the day's point of control at 426. So we have a very small range. There's a lot more risk to the downside than to go long. So right now we're pretty much in a no trade zone right now. You have to wait and see for some type of confirmation to go long. But as far as RSI, we can see that the signal is about to cross above this moving average, which may indicate potential reversal in an area where we know we have support. Looking at previous day's volume profiles and point of controls. If you look at the 1-minute chart, we are, based on current day's VWAP, we are in the VWAP cloud on the lower end. So if we're If we're drilled down to a 1-minute chart, we're looking for potential candle patterns, uh, bullish divergences to indicate that we may reverse from here and maybe um, just retrace back to the opening range, which I have not drawn yet. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll turn off the volume profile and we'll draw the first, let's see. Oh yeah, we're on the 1-minute chart, no wonder. We're gonna draw the first 15. Oh yeah, we're still in the range for the first 15. If you did the first 5-minute bar, yeah, very tight range. We did already have a huge move to the downside, a gap down. So pretty much the move has already been made for the day. Friday could already be a wash. Just to quickly remove that. So I explained in my short that was sent out on Sunday before the week started that the Friday expiration range is going to be between 405.38 and 451.32. We're pretty much like smack dab in the middle of it if we just drew a Fibonacci. Yeah. So here's the 50% line. We're basically in the golden zone, the 618 and 50% line retracement of the expected move for Friday's expiration. We're basically in a no trade zone on a swing trade perspective. And this is all by design. Prices being consolidated. Anyone who went long here is trapped. And the market makers, most likely after lunch, um, are going to see how they could extract as much money from anyone who is trapped for the during the PM session. So right now they want to see where all the open orders are. It's going to consolidate in this zone until New York PM session time, which begins, I believe. Let me pull up the sessions indicator. I still don't remember the times. So 10:30 Pacific Standard Time. That's about an hour and a half from now to see where the market wants to take this. As of right now, it's in a no trade zone. We would have to see some explosive move to the upside or downside to see, um, to pick a direction for a potential trade. But right now, it's consolidating. A very tight range, and these are 1-minute bars. All in all, the money has already been made for the week on Tesla. It occurred on Monday, Tuesday, obviously Wednesday, but I was busy with my 9 to 5. Thursday during the live stream, we recommended this trade idea, and of course Friday we had this big dip. If you had some foresight to hold a put or go short here, some telltale signs. I mean, we did get a lower high yesterday. We peaked out on Wednesday when we hit the 450 psychological range. Top was like about 453.40. Yeah. Um, we were, for those who are swing trading, looking at a weekly time frame, obviously price has already hit the weekly targets in this Fibonacci extension sell zone based on last week's swing high, swing low. So those swing traders took profit on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. and reversed. So we retraced back to the 200 EMA on the 15-minute chart. And I'll just quickly remove my drawings. Let's turn the volume profiles back on. So with Friday's movement, we just basically got a retracement back to Tuesday's and last Friday's point of control, currently at the 200 EMA. I could imagine some next week, we may have just a continuation to the downside to potentially hit this 20 EMA cloud right below us at the 407 area. So potentially 415 to 4, let's just say 405. So 415 to 405. Actually, we'll just say 414 to 407. So Thursday's May 7th volume profile is at play. If we see continued movement, we are below the 200 EMA. We have to see where the week closes, or in other words, Friday's close will determine whether or not we need to take a have a bearish sentiment coming into next week. Looks like price is currently moving lower. Wait, if I turn on the pivots and switch to daily, we're way past the daily marks. We can see we're way past S3. And the pivots are calculated based on previous day's price action. Since we had a very tight consolidated range for Thursday's price action, that we got this tight range on the daily pivots. Yeah, so this is basically when all the CEOs and the president met with Xi, and we got the news today anticipating this sell-off and profit taking. Turn my music back on. I don't know about this. This channel used to not play ads. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, let's look at Bitcoin. So during the stream yesterday, we knew that we had this 200 EMA cloud right above price action. And it was retesting previous highs where Bitcoin failed to cross and close above the 200 daily EMA that I have here, the daily EMA cloud. So right when I woke up this morning, I did DCA into Bitcoin. It's a payday Friday for me on my regular 9-to-5 job. So I went ahead and just bought a lot more Bitcoin to DCA for the next bull cycle. Educational purposes only. Yeah, scaled in on Wednesday and scaled in this morning. But yeah, definitely in a buy zone. We're retesting the 200 EMA cloud down here. So we're a little bit in this weird zone. We're waiting for Bitcoin to make a decision as to where it wants to go. If I look on a bigger time frame, let's look at a 4-hour. So as you can see, if we extend the, let's see, might need to, should have keep these. I'll just delete these. Go to the 4-hour chart. As you can see, once Bitcoin crossed the 50 EMA cloud, this darker blue right here, it kind of just hit its head underneath the 200 EMA. Might be a better tool to use. Yeah, there we go. Found some support at the 50 EMA at the 4-hour. Hit it a third time, went lower, and then hit it a fourth time and went lower. So we're going to see what's going to happen here. Price is currently consolidating and compression is building up here with the Bitcoin price range between about 82,500 to 78,700. So this weekend will determine whether or not I believe either we go up or down, right? It needs to make a decision point. I'm not sure where it's going to go. All we can do is make if and then statements. So if we break above the 200 daily EMA, it's bullish. And we look to go long on pullbacks. If we break below this 200 EMA, actually not this 200 EMA, excuse me. If we break below this 20 EMA cloud and underneath this 50 EMA cloud, then we're looking to go short at, bullish retracements. Yeah, so we're going to continue to find ourselves just going in and out, compressing, right, until Bitcoin decides to either go higher or lower. And we're probably going to see some type of, triangle pattern or flag pattern form. I believe it's a triangle. And it's just going to wedge until it explodes either up or below. But on any red day, on my book, is a good day to DCA for Bitcoin for long term. I wouldn't say the same for intraday trading. You have to just really look at the patterns, read your indicators, figure out what indicator sets work for you and what your risk management and entries and exits are. Bringing back volume profile. And this is a daily volume profile. So based on yesterday's profile, we are currently out of value. So if you believe that, this is a good area to go long for a leverage trade, what you're looking to aim is back to value area low of yesterday, which is about $711, about, let's say, 90.9% gain, or back to volume area high, 1402 gain. So that's 80,600. But as of right now, it's currently bearish. The LuxAlgo concept's back on, and we got plenty of bearish fair value gaps for us to cross in order for us to get there. That's Bitcoin. Tesla is currently going lower. Because of this huge gap down, this fair value gap has already been used as support when it retested it during a Tuesday's price action, and it may now be invalidated and it'll flip. All right, what else? Microsoft is positive today. Might have to take a look at that, see what's going on. Oh, a gap up. So in a sea of red, Microsoft gapped up this morning. I don't normally track Microsoft, but let's take a quick look at it. Let's look at a 4-hour perspective. Rescale. And I'll turn the volume profile to, let's say, week. So just by looking at these EMA clouds here, you can see how it's been using the 100 EMA cloud as resistance. And looking at the current candle right now during a market where, most of it is bearish, this is a strong candle. And I believe that next week, Microsoft may just go up to the 200 EMA, which is at $438. Yeah, 435 to 438. We should see continued movement to the upside because this is a strong weekly close for Microsoft in an area that it's had trouble crossing. As you can see on a 4-hour perspective, RSI just recently crossed up. MACD is getting ready to turn positive. And typically whenever we see these 0 midline rejections, this is extremely positive. So we should see continued bullish movement on Microsoft next week. Maybe we should look at that for the option expirations for this week's YouTube short. Turning volume profile back on. So it's tapped a weekly point of control. Last week of April's point of control and previous resistance to the left. We drill down to a 5-minute chart just to see the ranges for the day, and I'll turn on the daily pivots. And we're obviously way past it. Yesterday it was a very tight range and we gapped up, so those levels are not relevant. Let me trace the Fibonacci swings from yesterday's price action. So we did open up in the Fibonacci extension sell zone and continued higher. So it was a gap up, a gap and go play today, just pretty much just blowing right through all these resistances. Totally driven by news. Let's see what it is. Bill Ackman, 1 hour ago, says we sold Google and bought Microsoft. Well, there you go. Of course, he had his bags prepared right before he made that announcement, which is the reason why he gapped up this morning. CRM, so Salesforce has gapped up. Adobe gapped up. And of course, oil-related stocks. ConocoPhillips, Exxon, Chevron. And what are the worst performing? Looks like Intel gapped down. Intel stock sinks on company-specific concerns. AMD caught in sector-wide sell-off. If we draw the swing low and swing high of last week's price action, and as you can see, this was a target for sellers. Oh, I misspoke. This was actually this week's price action. And then if we draw last week's price action, So we have a confluence here. If you're bullish on Intel long term, we are basically on the 618. This could be a not financial advice, a dip buying opportunity on Intel. Obviously, it's had a huge run. Momentum is just now crossing over a MACD. So this could go down to 100, right? So, I mean, obviously in your retirement, you could start, DCAing. On an intraday time frame, we might get a bounce next week. We are currently at the 618, but we have to wait and see how where we close by the end of today.
Since adding forkful meals into my weekly routine, not only have I saved hours.
So if you happen to be listening to the stream, just an FYI, I live stream on Thursdays and Fridays, and I either upload a video or YouTube short on the weekends to prepare for the upcoming week. So last week I made my YouTube short and TikTok short providing information about Tesla's option expected moves for this week. I'm going to do the same for the upcoming week. And if there's something you want me to see and you want me to track, like, comment, and subscribe, and leave a comment, and I'll be able to do that for you. Move this Fibonacci extension. Yeah, so it looks like Tesla is near the middle of this option range expiration. So for all you option sellers, if you used an iron condor or a strangle on this would have been great for you. But I personally don't sell options at the moment. Yo. for a moment. I'll be right back.
you.
All right. Looking at Tesla, we're at the end of the New York lunch hour. We're getting some bullish movement, very small bullish movement, that is. Crossing the 50 EMA, we may see a retracement back to the point of control and VWAP, which is looking at Tesla. As of current price, $1 to $2 move, just rounding up. It's been riding down this 1.618 VWAP cloud as support. Price is currently above the 50 EMA. RSI on the 1 minute is currently bullish. Let me just zoom in very quickly. If we were to do a hypothetical long, and if you got in right now, the stop would be below the lows. And if we aimed for point of control, that's about a 1.17 risk to reward ratio. If you aim for the VWAP, it's about 1.29. But what will happen is we might see a pullback on the 1 minute chart, and that would be a better entry. But we'll leave it as is right now, as we see it, just for a hypothetical trade. Let's see what happens. If we put our stop below the day's low, we line it up. It's at 423.43, and let's just say we aim for point of control, the lowest hanging target. We'll make it at 426.70. Yeah, about a 1-for-1 trade, close. So just a hypothetical trade here. I'm not actually doing this. And we're gonna sell right here at point of control. There's that pullback for a better entry. If we look at a 5-minute chart, the last 5 minutes of the lunch hour provided a bullish engulfing candle. And the 1 minute chart, slight pullback, but it could just be bouncing off of these EMAs to go higher. That's what my prediction is. Obviously, have better risk to reward ratio if you wait for a pullback. And let's just see how that plays out within the next hour. I am going to end the stream early today. So what I will do this weekend is provide a recap of the week and also Friday's close, and another video upload or short to provide the option range expiration for the week of May 18th. So please stay tuned for that. Like, subscribe, comment if you want me to follow a ticker, or if there's something you want me to, if you want me to do TA on crypto or stocks, please comment, and I'll take that into consideration and create or add that into the videos. But yeah, once again, I'll create a recap of Friday's close and also of the week this weekend. as well as another YouTube short to provide um, the option expiration range for Tesla for the week of May 18th. So I'm going to call it here. Happy Friday, everyone. Have a great weekend, and stay tuned with the channel for more information. Thank you so much. Have a great day.